Welcome back to our channel, guys.
Hey.
So earlier this week we were working on our barbecue deck platform extension outdoor kitchen thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, right? And it's taken a little longer than expected, but that's okay. We've been getting a lot of it done and almost finished so far.
Yeah.
It's been doing really good.
Yeah.
But also during this week, midweek, we had to go help out our friends over at Drifting Dreamers 5. They asked us to come help out on a project that they were doing, and that day was a lot of fun.
Oh yes, so it was not even really a work day. We were just kind of hanging out and
That's what it seemed like anyway.
Yeah, enjoying each other's company.
It was supposed to be a work day, but
it was a work day. We all worked.
we did.
Yeah.
But
We
I
were
think
hanging
Mike and Gary did more work than anybody.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
Yeah.
So if you guys are unaware about Drifting Dreamers 5, they are our friends over here in Arkansas. They're kind of doing the same similar thing we all are doing out here. They get some land, they want to build a house, all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
And so they were given an old building to tear down and to keep what they needed. And actually, I think they got a lot of good material out of this building.
Oh yes, definitely a lot of material. Just the tin alone that they got off that roof is a big savings for them.
Oh yeah. David brought his tractor over there and we pushed down the walls and we saved all of the rafters, the trusses that were inside that building.
Yep.
That building had to have been there for a long time.
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty run down and been standing there for...
Yeah, and trees were growing like on the side of it, different things. Yeah. But, you know, repurposing a building like they're doing, I think that's the smart way to do things.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I wish somebody would give me a building.
Yeah.
So any of you guys out there that want me to have a building, feel free.
Yeah.
Contact us and send it on over. I'll take it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time that day. Everybody hung out. Lissa made some really good chili.
Oh, it was so delicious.
It was very good. I
had seconds.
I was gonna get seconds, but then I was super full.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get 2 bowls. But she brought all the stuff that goes with it, the cheese, the sour cream, the oyster crackers, even jarred mushrooms, which is awesome. I never had that in chili before.
Yeah, I didn't, unfortunately I didn't try that, but I bet you it tastes good with the mushrooms.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah.
So they went, like I said, we went there, helped them tear down this building, clear it all out for them. The biggest thing that they got to save was the trusses, like I mentioned.
Yep.
That's a massive savings right there if you have to buy those. They can easily be thousands of dollars.
Oh, yes.
So I'm very excited to see what they do with this repurposed wood that they got and everything. It's exciting to me.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be awesome. One of the coolest things about that day, in my personal opinion, it's been years and years since I've been so close to a horse.
Yeah, same with me. It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. So over in Nevada, in Las Vegas, they do have horses, obviously, but not that close. So there was like 5 horses. It was like 5, wasn't it? Like 5 or 6 horses.
Yeah.
That hung around us the whole time.
Oh yes, they would even leave and come back to just hang out with us.
Yeah, I'd be standing right here, and a horse would be right where Roxane's at, and I'd be able to just walk right over and pet her horse or pet the horse, right, and all that stuff. And I thought it was the coolest thing, and they looked like they were in, I wouldn't say rough shape, the horses.
No.
They needed some hoof work done, a little bit things like that, but all in all, they were very beautiful horses.
Oh yes, big and beautiful and very friendly.
Very friendly, so obviously they're somebody's horses. I wonder if they're somebody's pet.
Oh,
like a pet horse, you know, that they ride around. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it was amazing to see that. It was such beautiful landscape out there. The view was amazing where we were at in this place.
Yeah, made the work so much better.
Yes.
Over there.
And like I said, just reiterating, and the horses, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
So even though there were such cool horses around and different things, we were all putting in a lot of work. We were all doing our best. I mean, David, as you can see, he was putting in a lot of work, helping everybody out, and he did the best he could, and he really put forth the effort. So thanks, David, for all of that. You were working really hard that day, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that we got to help them out. It was an amazing day, but I needed to go back home after that and finish up, or at least try to finish up, this barbecue deck that we've been working on. And the next thing I had to do was start working on the side skirting that's by like the higher deck. We had to take all of that stuff off and re-figure out a way I was gonna get that put on there to make it look really nice. And let me tell you, it was a hassle. So with the skirting, I had to take off the rails and the wood that they were mounted to, and I had to re-measure and recut all of the siding, the two pieces of siding. Our deck does go at like a little slope on purpose, so for the water to run off. So I couldn't just cut these at a straight square piece. They had to be angled down and match inside the rails. And it took quite a while. It took me like an hour to get this done. For some reason, no matter what I did, the measurements were not coming out right. And I only had 2 pieces of this siding left, and it was the original pieces. So I really didn't want to mess this up, because if I messed up the cut, then I'd be out of luck. I would have no more. But it did come out very nice. We even made the access door that we needed to have. I made that out of leftover lattice, and it actually came out way better than what it was before.
Oh yes.
It turned out way better. So I'm very happy with it. It looks fantastic, and it's nice and secure. So now that all the siding is complete and done, the next thing I needed to do before we can get moving, I needed to make a trap door for that clean out.
Oh yes.
That we have underneath the deck. grab that whip. So for the trap door, I decided just to cut out 2 of the deck boards in the same length in between the 2 floor joists. So that way they can go right back on top and sit directly on the floor joists where they were already at, kind of a thing. And when I do need to go in there, I can just easily lift those up. I did flip the boards upside down and I attached 2 pieces of like 1x4 underneath them and screwed them in to the deck boards, and it made kind of like a solid, I guess, door, I guess you would say.
Yeah, so when you're stepping on it, it doesn't, you know, move around and shift and come out.
Yeah, I spaced them evenly, so when you put it in there, it sits in there nice and neat, and it looks like it's not cut out. Because I did try to put it on there before without like attaching those 1x's to it, and they would move around, and it just didn't look right, and it just wasn't nice.
Yeah.
So the way I did that, like I said, I just put the 1x4s underneath, screwed them in, flipped it back around, and it sits right on top of the floor joist, right in the middle. I had to use my jigsaw and my hand saw in order to get the measurements correctly when I was doing the cutting, so I wouldn't cut any of the floor joists.
Yes.
And I ended up not cutting any of them.
Yeah, did great.
It came out very, very nice, perfect, super easy. I might drill a hole in the middle of that door, just like put your finger in there and lift the whole thing up. But it's very easy the way it is now, just to lift it up. So that's a maybe down the road thing. Not 100% sure, but it works right now for what it's doing.
Yes.
So now the trap door is finished. The next thing we needed to get done on this thing to make sure it is gonna last is what?
We had to sand it and seal it.
Yeah, and you did all the sanding.
Yeah, so I did all the sanding and it was very, very rough. I don't know if you guys have ever used a sander, but when the vibrations go, it literally hurts your fingers. But I was able to get the whole thing sanded down, looking really nice and fresh. I did all the railings and the big 4x4 post, and didn't take too long to do, but did take a little bit of time to get it done. One little complication that I kept having while I was sanding was that my sandpaper kept ripping off of there. And it didn't matter if I was not putting pressure on the sander, but it was just getting snagged on the little like spurs in the wood and the nails that were kind of sticking up. So that was kind of the struggle for me.
And just so you guys know, Roxanne, she was the one that wanted to sand that whole thing. I offered. But she's like, no, I want to do that. It's like, I want to put my headphones on and jam out and get some work done. And so she decided she wanted to sand the whole thing, which was fine with me because that means I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you want to get to work with that? No problem.
Yeah.
So while she was doing that, I was literally just waiting for her to get done. I was relaxing, just chilling.
Yeah, having some coffee.
Yeah, drinking some coffee and different things. But as she got more and more finished, I got the sealer out, and we used Thompson's sealer on inside this deck.
Yeah, it's not the same one we use for Thunderdome's deck, but I heard Thompson is a very good brand. The guy down at the hardware store recommended it to us.
Yep.
Told us he's used it on all his stuff, so.
And you can use it on like stones, cement, wood, bricks, all this different things. It's actually the same sealer that Melanie and Gary used inside their basement.
Yes.
So it goes on like a white, milky kind of liquid, but then it dries clear.
Yep.
So it's really good to use on wood. It's good for everything. So we decided to use that.
Yeah.
And so sealed the whole thing, sealed the railings, sealed just the whole thing, the posts. And so hopefully this will last because we wanted to get this done before winter came because that area is going to get lots of rain.
Oh, yes.
It's going to get the snow on it. So we needed to have it protected. That way the wood doesn't rot and our money just goes out the window.
Right.
So once all the sealer dried, we waited a whole 24 hours, let it dry the best we could. It's still very, very little tiny bit sticky, like very, very little.
Yeah.
We went ahead and we moved all of the barbecue stuff back onto this deck, or not back, but onto this deck.
Yeah.
And cleared out the big deck. And let me tell you guys, just moving all that stuff off the big deck has completely changed the feel of the big deck.
Oh yes, it did.
It's like, it's so big now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deck anyway. It's an 8x40 deck. I think that's pretty big. And actually with this smaller deck on it now, technically, this whole deck is like an 8x48.
Yeah, yeah.
So the big deck now looks way open. It's got way more room. And now I have all the room for everything I need on this barbecue deck, and it is so awesome.
Yeah, I will say, just think about it. For 3 years now, we've been moving this Blackstone barbecue around from camp, over here, over there. It's been all over the place. And now finally, after almost 3 years, it's in its permanent spot.
Yes, finally it's in its permanent spot.
Yeah.
This Blackstone right here, guys, has been our cookware workhorse since we moved here.
Yes.
This was our stove,
Yeah.
like for over a year.
Yeah,
we used this for everything.
We cooked a lot of food on it.
I mean, everything. And so it's worn down. I wish I can get a brand new one. They make them now with like metal lids on the top. When I bought this one, it didn't have that.
No, this was like one of the first.
This is like the first
edition
ones.
I mean, this thing's almost probably 5 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been doing its job, guys. I have my smoker over here, right there. I need to get like a new table for it. I made that table that it's sitting on out of like scrap wood. Like literally scrap wood that I just had laying around, as you can see. These are all like my wood chips and stuff. And I put all like the random stuff, like the extra tongs and like the spatulas and stuff I use on the Blackstone. I put that inside of a tote. I need to figure out where all that stuff's gonna go. I just wanted to put it on the deck and get it off of the big deck. But I'm very happy the way this came out, guys.
Oh, me too. I can't wait to actually officially start using it.
Yeah, haven't even used it once yet.
Yeah.
And I will say this, don't worry that this is so close to the railing, guys. Okay, I know that some of you guys are like, I would not put that so close, you know. I've been barbecuing forever. This is technically grilling, okay? So I've had this thing up on this deck, right next to it. I've had it next to houses. I've had it next to all kinds of things. It's fine. It's gonna do its job right here on the brand new barbecue deck, what it's meant to be doing. So now that this whole deck is finished, we can actually put it to use.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. I say we do it tonight. Maybe barbecue some burgers or something.
I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm very happy with it, guys. Came out great. Very nice. It's been a great week. We got a lot done around here and other places. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yep. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for being on this video. Stay motivated. And we'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.